Welcome to another episode of Beer and Ball. My name's Andrew D'Agostino. That's Brian Gross, and today we're gonna get into some questionable news regarding Jurickson Profar and him being a fucking idiot. But so let's just get right into it, Brian. So Jurickson Profar. This was kind of a shocker to me. Well, not really, but kind of a shocker. I mean, how do you do it twice? Was suspended for PEDs, and he's going to be suspended for 162 games. If you don't know, that's a full season in MLB. He already served an 80-game ban last year. He's losing $15 million, and the union is appealing it, which, like, why?
It's crazy.
And he cannot, he cannot participate in the WBC. So, Brian, we're going to talk about this in multi-faces. First, we're going to start off, how disappointed are you in Jurickson Profar? And then we're going to talk about how impactful this is for the Braves and how of a massive blow this is.
I'm just like stunned. It's one of those things, like you said, it's shocking, but it happened before. But it's one of those things that is really though shocking because it literally just happened. So you really don't think anybody's this like flat out, and you don't think anybody's this fucking stupid. Lack of a better term, but sure enough, Jurickson Profar shows us that he is. We've had guys like Nelson Cruz, Tatis hit these different types of suspensions, but then eventually learn from them, right? Or eventually start learning how to cheat the system. I don't know, but I like to think that they learned from these mistakes. But this is a dude that's just been looking for his handle on his career for so long. I mean, he was a top pick, top prospect for so long. Talked about in the Rangers organization. Bounced around Rangers, A's, Padres, Rockies, back to the Padres, and then kind of found his footing in that second stint. And then the Braves, obviously, he had a good year, or a solid start. But at this point, you can't really expect anything from him. You have to assume his best seasons were under some type of performance-enhancing drug, whatever that is. So at this point, 33 years old, pretty much kiss his career goodbye. I don't really see anybody taking a major league shot on him. He's going to probably have to go through the minors again. And I believe if he gets caught again, he's banned for life. So it's as much as people make jokes and it's funny, and it is disappointing because this Braves team, man, I feel bad for Braves fans. There's always something the past couple of years, but luckily, they got Acuna healthy, so we'll see. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna get into the depth chart a little bit. But just what are your thoughts kind of about Jurickson on that end?
He's a fucking idiot, and it just really as straight as that. I don't know. He's what, 33, and that's
Yes.
questionable if you're continuing to do that and have low testosterone like that. I want to question your life decisions, but other than that, just a fucking dumbass. You already got suspended. Your teammates already, don't like you for what you did last year. You had a great second half, even you probably still even did it. So we could just say he's a fraud as well. Jurickson Profar is a fraud, and he should, really consider, not playing in Major League Baseball anymore, in my opinion. I don't have respect for people like that, especially like A-Rod, Ryan Braun, those people like that, who are frauds, like Canseco and all that. Just have the game have a bad look. So that's my thoughts. But
I know you're a little harder on it than I am. I think one time I understand, but back-to-back years, man.
It's just dumb. Yeah.
Especially when you have like you said, a $15 million contract. I hope that doesn't get appealed. I hope he loses it. But I mean, looking at their lineup, that's a huge blow. That's a dude you throw into the number 2 hole, 3 hole, wherever you wanted to put him. I mean, obviously they still got Baldwin, Olsen, Albies, Acuna, Harris, but you have Stremski, Eli White's going to fill in there. I think you could probably fill in with Dubon a little bit. I think Dubon's going to play more and more then, not just a platoon. But yeah, that's just a huge blow. That's kind of like your fourth best hitter pretty much in the lineup.
Yeah, and he was slotted in the 2 hole, projected wise from Fangraphs, but now Drake Baldwin's there, which is, I mean, he's very good. It doesn't matter. But Mike Yastrzemski's going to have to take on a bigger load, and then the guy that's moved up onto the projected boards is Brett Wisely. And Eli White is still here too, so Eli White's going to play more than you want him to play. But this is a team that's already, without Sean Murphy and Hansad Kim. those were already two big losses. You add Jurickson Profar into that. That's three major bats that are out of this lineup that is already pretty good and have a lot of depth. But now that depth is being tested and that depth is limited, so it's just
They might just platoon that left field. Honestly, the more I look at it, Andrew,
yeah.
like
And
you have Stremski
yeah,
or
Yastrzemski can
Devon,
hit
and you
really
have
well against
Stremski.
right-handed pitching. It's just my thing is Eli White's a speedster and he could really only play at every like 3 days,
Yeah.
so I don't really expect him to be an everyday guy. Um,
I
it's
think
just
we see a lot
shocking.
of Dubon. A lot of Dubon.
Yeah, he'll be playing everywhere, but I think he'll mainly play shortstop. They don't really have anybody else at this point except for maybe
I don't think
Jorge
Mateo.
Mateo. Yeah, Mateo might play a little bit more than, but I don't
You
know.
don't want too many games from Jorge
He's
Mateo.
bad, dude. He's fucking ass.
No offense, Jorge. I respect any big leaguer, but we're being honest on this podcast.
Yeah, we'll give you the real opinion here, and we don't want to see Jorge Mateo be playing some baseball, man.
No. But now on to exciting baseball. Team USA starts tonight against Brazil, 8 o'clock on Fox. Andrew, what are some of your thoughts just going into the tournament? I know we spoke on this tournament so much with different videos, recaps. Kind of what's the one thing you're looking at tonight?
Well, I'm just excited to see what lineup, goes out there. If like both, like we talked about earlier, if both Will Smith and Cal Raleigh play today, or if it's going to be like what we saw. But I'm excited to see what Roman Anthony does because he had that big expedition. It just like his late accusation to this team. He just looks very good, really composed. You already expect a like year two level up from him. He's already showing you the signs. So against a team like Brazil too, that's just really bad. You just want to see the depth. You want to get those guys extra reps for the games like Japan, Venezuela, the Dominican later down the road in bracket play. But like I said, these first two games against Brazil and Great Britain, just got to get depth, the reps. Just get them ready.
Yep.
Ease into it.
Yep, definitely. Almost treat it like two games. You could almost transition into the sixth inning like a all-star game and kind of sub out almost half the lineup. You definitely want everybody ready. You definitely don't want to wear down. I believe Logan Webb's going tonight.
Yeah, he is going tonight, and then Scooble's going tomorrow.
So this is a good time to kind of get him warmed up. He could try out some stuff, see what's working, see what's starting off hot. But yeah, I mean, Roman Anthony's like to replace Corbin Carroll with Roman Anthony's so perfect because last WBC you had the Bobby Witt, young kind of surge in that front. So this is kind of that sense. This is one of the top guys in the league. That's probably going to be a top 5 guy, just like Bobby Witt was 3 years later and now. So it's going to be so fun to see. I feel like he's going to have a ton of moments. Definitely betting on him to go yard. That's just a personal bet there. But yeah, I think this guy could be a guy to win the MVP of this tournament. So just so excited to see these guys. It's finally coming together, and there's so much baseball on today. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And I just want to go down to looking over Team Brazil's projected starter. It's Bo Takashi. I can't even say it. But this is a career minor league guy. I think we'll take care of him for sure because career minor league guy. He's been in the minors since 2014. I don't think he has. No, he has no major league experience. But a career ERA of 4.18, which is woof. Career batting average against 245. But he's got some experience. Not against the bigger levels.
Guys,
yeah.
I do think some of these guys will be okay because I was watching like a WBC breakdown video, and there is like a lot of Japanese descent that lives in Brazil. So, I mean, if you know Japanese baseball, I mean, they're going to play it the right way. Are they going to beat any teams? I mean, I don't know. Maybe Great Britain. Who knows? That's not really a game I'm excited to watch.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, these are going to be guys that are probably going to be playing baseball the right way. They turned a double play to get to the quarterfinal, a very nice double play. So they obviously know the game. Not treating them like a JV team, but still, it was a nice play. So that's going to be very interesting to me, and I'm interested to see the pitching because of that little bit of just that little bit of influence there.
Me too, and I'm excited to see Lucas Ramirez, dude. Son of Manny.
Yeah,
this is a guy that I want to see. I want to see Dante Bichette too. This is still going to be a fun game to watch, even though it's going to be a blowout. I don't expect this to be close at all. But Yeah, I mean, do you expect like Ernie Clement, Paul Goldschmidt, like some of the other guys that didn't get as much
For
reps in
sure.
the expedition games to play more this game?
For sure, for sure. I think it's your job as a DeRosa to do that. Obviously get the win locked up, but I think we can be realistic. I mean, this isn't March Madness. This is professional baseball. It's not.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything to us. So I think Great Britain, you'll probably see a little more of what you're going to see in like like later tournament setting lineup wise.
Yeah. And I mean, they're playing really close right now. They're down as of 2:30, they are only down 1-0 in the 5th inning against Team Mexico. So I'm just saying it's pretty impressive, man. I didn't expect them to be very competitive in this tournament, but
No, I
compared to
didn't
what they were last go around, they've definitely improved.
definitely, I would agree.
Yeah, but I just want to talk about Logan Webb too and what to expect. Obviously, this isn't a lineup that has a lot of major league experience, a lot of talent. Like, how long do you think Logan Webb's going to go out there for? I know that the tournament pitch limit in the first round is 55. So let's say you expect at least a 4-inning start from Logan Webb, something like that.
Yeah. I'd say one round through the lineup, maybe if he can get through like 12 batters or 12 outs. I could see something along those lines.
I think DeRosa.
I think it determines it pretty easily for you in that first round.
I know they're going to obviously play hard, but DeRosa is going to manage this game like those expedition games. He's just going to try to get as much work as possible. Yep. Obviously, limit the workload on Logan Webb. Like, if he's feeling tired, he'll probably go to the bullpen and use one of the other starters that he already used earlier, like a Matt Boyd, Michael Wacha, one of those guys just to go in and throw. But, I mean, that's basically what I have for this game. And we could, talk about some of the other games. Like, the other night, Travis Bazzana, man, he had a big game against, Chinese Taipei, who got absolutely boat raced today by Team Japan. That was not shocking. Yeah.
Curtis Mead 1 yard this morning. Or last night as well. So that was nice to see. That was a good shout out by you. You called him a good ball player. Yeah. So that was nice to see kind of one of our guys go through. I mean, the pitching's been really good so far in this tournament. But yeah, Japan, man. Otani absolutely shot that one to the moon like he always does.
He's a little out in front on that too, dude. He looks like, not full, but like he's out on his front foot, just kind of played pepper with it, poked it over the wall.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just going to be so fun to see going forward. Cuba had a good outing today, so just going to see a bunch of different teams.
Yeah. What other games are you excited for this week? If you take a look at the schedule, like for tomorrow. I'm excited.
I am excited to watch. Oh, go ahead.
I'm excited for Canada, Colombia tomorrow because I just feel like that's going to be a good game. It's one of the early ones at 11 a.m. So, and South Korea and Japan, that's at 5 a.m. That's going to be a good game.
South Korea and Japan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I'm honestly excited to see the U.S. versus Great Britain. Like the way Great Britain's playing today. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's going to be kind of interesting. I'm really looking forward to watch like Canada and Italy. Their lineup fascinate me. And then tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's not as good a game, so I'd say Canada, Colombia for sure. Yeah, that would be my top game. Mike Soroka's going, so that's pretty good. And then Kikuchi and Ko in the morning, Korea, Japan, like you said. We'll see, man. Korea can catch them on a bad night. You never know. Japan, I know they're, usually even keel team, but they have more stars than ever coming in the MLB. So I'm curious to see if it's going to get to their head a little bit. I don't think it is, but we'll see.
I mean, it really could. I mean, with the expectations that they have playing at home, that could be a lot for them. And remember, this is a team that, they have so much depth and so much talent, so much star power and media attention around Otani that maybe it catches up to them, man. Maybe they do catch a punch from South Korea or somebody else in the pool. Like, Czech. No, I'm just kidding. Czech is the worst team probably in this entire team tournament. Holy.
I know we should just saw Team Germany or something at that point. But
I mean, god awful.
Whatever,
Yeah. Hey man, but let's move on to, some greater and better things. Something that, Yankee fans are a little excited about. And that's George Lombard. The other day he went 2 for 2 against Garrett Crochet, crushing a 96-mile-an-hour fastball for a home run over the monster. And then he had another base hit about 105 miles an hour off of Crochet. So he went 2 for 2, and this is a kid that is going up the ranks in the minor leagues. And I think, but maybe you might not, that Anthony Volpe's time is up in the Bronx. Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah, I don't think I don't think he hit as bad as everybody says last year. I think he's showed pop. But yeah, the glove's an obvious issue. I mean, especially when you're a Yankee shortstop. It's like being a Green Bay Packers quarterback, power forward for the Lakers. Like, it's an iconic position. So you have to play it the right way. Not only the position itself, but you have to be a top 3 guy fielding, at least in that position. I mean, the amount of legends that come through the Yankees organization. So I think Lombard can definitely kind of fight for that last spot. His fielding tool is filthy. I mean, he's got like a 60 fielding tool. His arm's great. His running's great. His hit tool's pretty good. He's got good pop, though. Really, really good pop. So I think that could be a nice kind of guy in that lineup, like a shortstop that could just play a great glove and pop like 20, 25 over the fence. You don't need him hitting 270, 280 in this lineup. If he can give you a good slugging, hit you a lot of doubles and home runs, play a great shortstop, the Yankees are not in a position to wait. I said it in one of our videos earlier. They can't wait this year. So if they see an opening like this, I see no reason why they can't call him up. I'd see him in 2027. That's what they're projecting, but the Yankees have showed that they're aggressive, and I think guys like Spencer Jones and Lombard and guys aren't performing in that MLB level, they're going to get called up, man. I think they kind of learned their lesson with Dominguez, that like you kind of play that yo-yo game. Like, if you see an opportunity and they're playing better, man, just run with the next guy. You can always trade. I'm sure you can get something for Volpe.
Yeah, and he's kind of in that same boat as Tigers prospect Kevin McGonigal. Just performing really well in spring training. Guys that are projected to be in Double-A to start the year, but they're highly rated prospects and they're showing flashes. And, this is a Yankees team that doesn't really have a lot of holes in their lineup, except for shortstop. Anthony Volpe last year batted .212 with a .663 OPS. Yes, he had 19 homers, but, dude, it's serious contact and on-base issues, man. He's fucking terrible. So, and not to mention, like, he won a Gold Glove, but also last year he led baseball in errors. And you can't lead baseball in errors and expect to win big games like with the shortstop like that. Sure, he brings speed, and he has talent. I mean, Anthony Volpe's shown you that he could, hit a little bit. But I think it's time for George Lombard at some point, not right now, but at some point, come up and make an impact for the Yankees.
That was exactly what I meant to add to you. I definitely think it's going to be June, like July. I don't think it's going to be right away, but I don't know why I have a soft spot for Volpe. I just do, but yeah, I mean, it's time. And honestly, a change of, like, if he could play in this, that's just a total, like, random team. I thought of Cincinnati, something like that. Like, he might be a little more comfortable. Maybe he hits that 240, 250 mark, 20, 25 homers. I mean, and then maybe you move him to second, try to figure out where he can kind of play instead. Because, yeah, like you said, he can't be a Gold Glover with the errors. That's like, Trayvon Diggs. Like, you can't lead the league in interceptions, but also give up the most yards, as a corner.
Yeah, exactly.
It completely cancels each other out. So.
Yeah, man, well, I was just saying, like, I'm going to add this too. Like, I don't think he's a shortstop. I don't think he's athletic enough to play shortstop. I don't think he's good enough to play shortstop at this level. Sure, he won a Gold Glove his rookie year, but, I mean, since then, he's been absolutely terrible out there. And for the Yankees, this is a team that moved on from Gleyber Torres for defensive reasons.
Yep.
For some reason, they have a soft spot for Anthony Volpe. That's probably because he's a first-round pick and all that sort of stuff.
New York,
But to me, man, they got to move on from him. I think this has gone on too long. It's not just 1 year. It's been multiple. And he's not been a good baseball player. He's been below league average his entire career. He's been in the league for almost 4 years now, so they got to move on. They have Jose Caballero. Maybe he does something that, you know, you're not going to get from
Underrated
Anthony
ball
Volpe.
player.
Yeah, I mean, he led the league in stolen bases last year, so maybe they get something from him. Yeah.
And Volpe, it's like he's from Manhattan. If he's not comfortable now, man, like it's not gonna happen. That's such a hard situation to go into. Like if you're not hitting it right off the bat, especially in that town, man, they're not gonna do like Philadelphia Phillies, chanting for Trey like when he went through that slump. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna throw hot dog wrappers at you. They're gonna swear at you. They're gonna call you.
Talk about your mom. I mean, I'm sure he's heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they all know their parents. So yeah, it's like probably for him, man. And I do think he plays a better third or second.
Better second base. I don't think he's athletic enough to play third either.
I think he's just fast. I don't think he's really an athlete. I think he's just kind of fast. Yeah, that makes sense. I know that kind of sounds counterintuitive, but
he's not really smooth out there too. Like his
and he could run
sloppy.
Faster.
Yeah,
he could run faster. He just happens to be kind of fast naturally.
Well, smaller body too, smaller build.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's get away from Anthony Volpe. That kind of made me depressing. Yeah.
Yeah, some good stuff.
Hey man, so Max Scherzer, Mad Max, came back on a 1-year, $3 million deal with the Blue Jays. Started to throw his bullpens. This is kind of like a feel-good story ending to his career if the Blue Jays go out on top. Last year, Mad Max had a rough year. He went 5-5 with a 5.19 ERA and 85 innings, but as expected, he's 43 years old. So, I mean, you're not going to get the same production as prime Max Scherzer. If Max Scherzer comes back to some sort of form, how do you feel about the Blue Jays going forward? And how do you feel about the Blue Jays going overall?
Yeah, the Blue Jays, I mean, to their credit, I didn't think they were going to be anything last year. Obviously, nobody really did. They were last in the division, picked for most teams. This year, though, they did a lot. They obviously added, how do you pronounce his name? Okunaza?
Okamoto?
First baseman. Akamoto.
Yeah.
I always get them all mixed up. No, Akamoto. Obviously they're going to have Bieber now. I know he's kind of got little issues, but they're going to have Bieber this year. Ernie's back. They lost Bo, but I think between I literally just forgot his name again. Akamoto. And Ernie playing every day. I think they'll be just fine on that end. Their pitching is going to be terrific still. It's just going to be a hard division, man. There's just some fucking killers in that division. And I think the Orioles are going to be really pissed off coming back this year. The Rays are never easy. I do think they'll be last, but the Rays are never easy. The Red Sox added a ton. I think Ranger Suarez and Garrett Crochet is just going to be such a problem.
It's a good one too, yeah. Very good one.
That's such a problem, man. I honestly think they win the division, but we'll go over those later when we do our predictions. And the Yankees, of course, are always good. So, I don't necessarily think the Blue Jays will be worse, but I think their record might indicate kind of how fortunate they were last year, how things went. I think playoffs are just going to be really, really hard for them this year. I think they could be kind of like the Mets, where we think they're good halfway through, and then something happens to where they just don't have the sauce to get to it. Or kind of like the gas, even not even the sauce, just kind of running out of gas because they played so much baseball last year.
Yeah, no, I really like this Toronto team. I think that they're my second best team in the American League behind the Mariners. I think they're really good with their pitching. But this starting rotation for the Blue Jays is third in the league in F4 right now. This is a rotation that brought in Cody Ponce, which I think was a very underrated signing. A guy that has been very good in the KBO, changed his arsenal. Maybe he comes back here in Toronto and puts on a show, man. And that just adds even more depth to this rotation, including Max Scherzer. I think this is a very smart, low-risk move because you never know what you're going to get out from him. Showed some promise in that World Series, had a pretty good outing the one time he came in. But this lineup overall, and I think the loss of Bo Bichette will somewhat hurt him, but Okamoto has power. They're going to bring another guy in that, high pop, high ceiling. The same thing with Dalton Varsho. He's going to bounce back. So this is a team that has a lot of guys with pop, a lot of guys with speed, contact-oriented team that is just going to create chaos on the bases. And when you create chaos on the bases, good things happen. So I think this team's going to win the East. I think it will be close between them and the Red Sox. I don't really see the Yankees as a threat, as much as a threat as everybody else does. Their rotation's a little skeptical to me. Um, but I'm in between Boston and Toronto right now.
Yeah, man. I think Boston might. I know this might be a crazy take. I think Boston might win 100 games. They just
Yeah,
like
I could see it. I mean, that lineup. If you take a look at that lineup, man, take a look at the Fangraphs projected lineup. Just
35
stacked.
wins.
Just stacked.
But if Ranger and Garrett Crochet stay healthy, that's 35 wins between the two.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And
that already get you almost more than a quarter of the, or a little more than a quarter of the way there. Yeah, dude, I don't know about this Blue Jays team, man. I know you're big on them. I don't think Cease is that great of a signing. I think he's a lot of empty stats, honestly.
He's just another like high ceiling, but what have you done for me type of guy.
Like, it's like I think him and Barrios were like just like flip flop. Like I know he has 6 strikeout numbers. I do, I know, but and he can catch fire. Ton of walks, and like I just think if they get to a playoff series, I know the experience is there, but like there's gonna be all this tape on you, Savage. Gosman's a year older. Cease isn't, and Bieber's just so injury prone. But no, there's something to be said about what they did last year. And there's obviously confidence in that locker room for the most part. But yeah, I think the Red Sox are going to win 100 games. I mean, they hit the shit out of the ball too. Like you said, their lineups filthy. Who are like kind of like the big guys you're watching? Obviously, Roman Anthony. I can't wait to see Marcelo Meyer as well. But I just want to see kind of how they go about that lineup.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Willie Abreu. I think a full year of him, and dude, he has a cannon, and just he can rake. Dude can rake. Yeah. I'm very excited to see what Willie Abreu can do, and see how Rafaela. You know, we know he has the glove, but he showed some pop early in the year. Kind of fell off a little bit, went back to the surface. But if he can, produce what he did for that little span, that like 4 or 5 month span that he had, the Red Sox can be even more dangerous than they are on paper right now.
How big of a loss do you think Bregman is to that lineup? I know he was kind of hurt last year. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like they can this is going to sound stupid, but I feel like they can kind of piece that together out of the third base spot, or maybe just let Marcelo Meyer run. I like Caleb Durbin too. So
yeah, I think Caleb
Durbin. What do you think?
I think Caleb Durbin's going to succeed at Fenway Park with that left field wall. This is a guy that had a really, really good last 2 months of the year, and in the postseason kind of showed out and showed up. I think he's another guy that is under the radar but has a higher ceiling than most think. And if he could take that next step, I don't think that Bregman loss will really hurt them as much because they have the pieces everywhere. This is already a good lineup with or without Alex Bregman. Mm-hmm. But I think Caleb Durbin's going to be a 2-war guy this year.
And they used pieces from the Giants trade, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To get Caleb Durbin out of Devers, in essence, I think he just fits Boston, man. He gives me Pedroia vibes. That just Pedroia. I'm not MVP,
short, stocky guy. Yeah.
Short, stocky dude. He's gonna have the short, compact, a bunch of doubles off the Fenway Park monster. I know people are gonna hate this, my Cleveland buddies, but I just really like this Red Sox team. Alex Cora is just such a good manager. I hate to say it, but he is. And Roman Anthony is just, he's my man crush this year. He's my baseball man crush. It just is. He's the perfect prospect.
Dude,
so
he's
And you said Willie Abreu is such a good pull too, by the way.
Dude, he's one of my favorite players to watch because nobody really talks about him. And when he was out in the lineup for those 2 months, the Red Sox really struggled offensively. To a middle of the pack team. But when the Red Sox had him, I mean, you saw it on their run to the playoffs this year. This is the lead ball club offensively. This is going to be a top 3 team offensively, I think, in my mind, with Willie Abreu, with all these other guys, with Roman Anthony. Maybe Marcelo Meyer takes a level up with a full year. But I think Caleb Durbin, too, and we talked about him a little bit early, a couple seconds ago. I think he just fits well in this lineup. He's going to be lower in the lineup. And he's going to have traffic on the bases, a lot of RBI opportunities. Probably you'll get 40, 50 RBIs from this. So
Yep.
I think this is a good move for the Red Sox. Getting Caleb Durbin. So
This is a team that I just feel like is going to drive in a lot of runs, like ground ball, RBIs, sac flies, small ball. They're just going to especially in July and the dog days. I could see them just being such a bitch to play.
Oh, dude.
Every
They're
game
gonna be a bitch to play out of the gate with that pitching in that cold weather in Boston.
So hard.
It's gonna be so hard to hit Garrett Crochet and Brian Balo and all those guys.
I better not see Tristan Cassis though. I think
he might get traded. I think he's getting traded. I think he's getting traded. Yeah, dude.
By the way, Mickey Gasper's on this team right now in spring training. I don't know if you knew that.
Mickey Gasper?
Mickey Gasper, yeah, not Casper. Sorry, Mickey Gasper. Twins legend Mickey Gasper.
It's one of my favorite players of baseball.
Just gets it done.
Yeah, he can play every position, but he cannot hit for fucking shit.
And he can bring the baseballs in. He can open the sunflower seeds for the guys. He does everything.
Yeah,
everything.
He could spray the little water can spray on Anthony. Yep. There you go, Roman.
There you go, Roman. Oh no! Now we're getting off the rails.
Man. I mean, that's all I had for the show anyway. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you want to support the show, we have link in the description below. We have a partnership with MLB.shop, and we're gonna get you some gifts. Man, we're gonna put some good stuff down there. So check that out. Check out our Spotify. Follow us on Twitter. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Beer and Ball. We'll see you Monday.
See you guys.